Dawn, very loaded question, but when you see a game tonight, just kind of a controlled demolition, did you expect this team with 3 freshman stars to be this good, this strong, this soon?
Well, I just came into the season with an open mind, and I was going to just try to let the freshmen do what they do and just kind of guide them, and that's pretty much what we're doing. They just have an incredible ability to approach games like they've been here before, and they don't let just I guess being on a bigger stage affect them in any kind of way. They just compete like no other. But they also, and I know we talk a lot about the freshmen, but the guidance of Ty and Kiki and now Lily, they've done a great job at teaching them, showing them, explaining to them how it works. And if you're not a great listener, you'll miss some things. But the freshmen are great listeners, they're great doers, they're great competitors, and hopefully we can just keep it up and just stay as consistent as we are on both sides of the ball.
Duke with 30 turnovers. You've talked a lot about, making opposing teams uncomfortable with your defense, putting a lot of pressure on them. How is that something you coach? How do you practice that, and how much of it is just effort versus talent?
We like to think we put a lot into, how we want to play and how we want to execute on the defensive side of the basketball, just creating, discipline. And then, the players are the ones that they're either going to execute it or not. You have some teams that, you do the same things, you say the same things, and obviously they do, something different out there. But this team is really locked into the details, and they stick with it. And they're competitive. Like if you look at Bree take who she's guarding as an incredible challenge, and she's counting. She's counting how many points that someone scores on her, and if we have it wrong, she'll correct us. So it is that. You can't teach that. You come to college with that, and then hopefully you have opportunities to showcase that side of it. I'm glad she's built like that. I'm glad Zai's built like that. I'm glad, Aaliyah. They just want to win. In LA, she's coming along. I mean, the rust is slowly coming off, and Olivia, she's the same way. She's very, very competitive.
Dawn, you had 8 different scores in the second quarter. What do you think led to that balanced scoring attack? And philosophically, what does that do for you when you have, that many scoring options and, that many players are contributing?
Well, I think the game is slowing down in some players. And when it slows down, you see more opportunity. I mean, you look at Lily. Lily's, is giving us some great offense. I mean, she's always energetic and defensive-minded, but now she's picking and choosing spots to utilize her skill set. I mean, she goes to the basket. She hits a 15-footer, she's feeling more confident. Now she sees it a little bit differently. I think it is our job to keep her confident and being more aggressive. But we generate a lot of offense from our defense, and it was great to be a part of. I didn't anticipate it would get out of hand like this, but I'd rather be on this side of it.
On this side, Pete.
Dawn, Duke hadn't had a loss like this by this many points since you guys at Virginia did it to them in '92. Do you remember anything about that game? I think it was like a 45-point win for you guys. And can you see any maybe building similarities between you guys back then and what your players are doing right now?
I guess so. I never really thought about it, but I do. I think, that 92 Virginia team, we were pretty, we had great players at all positions, and we had depth. And that's what this team has. We were probably more seasoned than that. That was my senior year, and these are, a mixture of youngsters and some old heads. But we were very defensive-minded, but we also could score in a lot of different ways. So it's very similar. I just hope it doesn't end the same way.
You don't remember much of that?
In '92,
That 92 game?
I don't. Not
No.
no.
In the back to the mat.
Coach, you were hyping up the teddy bear toss all week long. I'm just wondering, what was that moment like for you, and did it exceed your expectations?
It was exciting. To have, I probably got hit with a couple of them. But I think the fans really got into it. One, it's just we knew it was a great promotion. It's going to go to some great organizations, some great children. But then when the moment hit, I think everybody really got excited seeing so many teddy bears hit the floor and hit some of our players and hit some of our coaches. It was cool. 2046. 2046. And when we ask our fans to get behind something that will impact other people who are probably in less fortunate positions at this time during the holidays, they just, they just get behind it and they just take it probably 2 or 3 steps further than we could have imagined.
Dawn, it seems like really in the last 3 games, teams have really started to concentrate on Aaliyah, double teaming her, triple teaming her in the post. Do you sense any frustration on her part that she is getting bumped a little bit more, that the entry passes aren't as fluid as they were early in the season? And how do you just coach her to say it's going to even out?
Well, probably have to coach Boyer a little bit more than I coach Aaliyah, because she's, in my ear, she's open, they're missing her, she's open. Aaliyah is calm. She's cool. I think she understands what's happening out there. So we're working in practice to those instances because tonight was great because everybody else is scoring. But we're going to need Aaliyah to impose her will in the paint so we can establish ourselves down there. So we're working through her just when she's to play in a crowd, because people are going to crowd her. They're going to get in her space, and we need her to play a lot bigger in those instances. But she's not pressing by any means. She's not, I think she takes what's there, probably at a fault, because sometimes she'll pass out even when she's 2 feet from the basket.
Greg.
I know we've asked you before what makes a good shot blocker. What makes a good person good at stealing the ball?
You got to be a good anticipator. I think you have to understand spacing on the floor. We talk to our players a lot about 2 things. It is distance and element of surprise. And when you have those 2 things going for you, you got a knack for defending. We say go for it. Go double someone. Go steal the ball from someone. And I think it just becomes contagious. I don't think our team ever defended like we defended tonight, as far as just taking space away. Garecki's a 18-point scorer. We did a great job on her, and once you cut the head off, the rest of it will fall, and I thought that's what we did. So I thought that we did a pretty good job with it.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you all.
Thank you.